Hey guys, welcome back to another epic podcast with myself and Otto to the social proof. Nearly forgot the name there. I had to think twice. I
It is really hard, isn't it?
know, yeah. Sometimes I get mistaken saying, is it social proof or social? And then like, social media. I'm like, no.
No, it's close.
It's close though. But today's episode, we're going to be covering some good topics. Topic one is a surprise to me. Otto wants to show me something and actually get my live view on it. I'm actually quite interested to see what, because we do send each other a lot of random stuff, and this could be anything.
It could be anything. That's for
Number
sure.
two, I want to ask Otto how he grew his Instagram account up to 94k, 94,000, and growing. May I add, it's going to be 100k soon. And number three, we'll be covering on ChatGPT. We'll be talking to the
No,
man himself.
remember? No, we're going to talk about this new website that I found that can
Oh yeah,
generate.
actually, yeah.
That's going to be a short one, so we won't spend too much time
No.
on, as we normally do on ChatGPT. But this one, I thought it was cool.
Oh yeah,
And anyway, we can talk about that
yeah.
as the third thing.
That's my bad. He did tell me just beforehand, and
You
yeah,
forgot.
you know me. But anyways, welcome guys. It's great to have you all here. And last week, we got good views on YouTube, which is great to see. You intrigued what we were talking about, and that's what we want to see more of. So if you have any questions, as always, or if anything you want us to cover, or any kind of random topic, comment below if this is on
Yeah,
YouTube.
don't be shy.
And don't be shy. Or if you come to our Instagram accounts, click the link underneath the video on YouTube and come to accounts, send us a DM if you want to have a chat with either one of us. So I'll let the man himself take over to show
Cool.
me this interesting video I want to see.
Yeah, this is a great video. Actually, I was watching this video, and you will know what my opinion is regarding this when you see it. I'm not gonna show you the whole thing because it's like just over 8 minutes.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna show you two parts of the videos, so we can talk a little bit about that.
Okay.
And I think it's gonna, yeah, hopefully I'll get some good.
If this is
Um,
if you're
yeah.
watching on YouTube, you can see this. I'm guessing you're going to share the
Yeah,
screen.
it's on YouTube.
And obviously audio, the quality should be decent enough to hear.
Should
If it
be,
is audio.
should be, yes. Let me just crank
Oh
that
wait, it's not
volume
about
up.
images
Just gonna
in there.
crank the volume up to see.
It's rough.
All right, let me just share here.
The
Screen.
moment of truth.
Moment of truth.
Cheer it, Otto.
There you go, man. Hopefully have
Okay.
you watched this one
If
before?
anyone's listening, we'll just loading up here. Okay, sweet.
EctoLife. The video is about EctoLife, the world's first artificial womb facility. All right,
Oh.
let's hit play.
Huh, huh. Huh.
Introducing EctoLife, the world's first artificial womb facility, powered entirely by renewable energy.
Just, did you hear that?
Renewable energy. Oh my god.
It's powered by renewable energy.
Oh my god. Not overlook the fact we're going to skip the human. But anyways.
Exactly. I mean, you don't have to, power this by a woman. Like, no, we need something artificial, but renewable energy.
EctoLife allows infertile couple to conceive a baby and become the true biological parents of their own offspring. It's a perfect solution for women who had their uterus surgically removed due to cancer or other complications. With EctoLife, premature births and C-sections will be a thing of the past. EctoLife is designed to help countries that are suffering from severe population decline, including Japan, Bulgaria, South Korea, and many others.
I want to stop there just now. I'm gonna keep showing this, but like, what do you think about that? Like, they are creating these because of some problems that we have with.
I love they don't solve the problem. That's the way in. That's how they start. So the way in is for people who can't, which is unfortunate to the person, but that's their way in. They want to go to your pain point. It's like it's marketing 101. Go straight to the pain.
Pain point, exactly.
Exactly. Just to let you know, your quality on your end since you shared the video is kind of gone a bit hazy. So just letting you know.
Here we go.
But on that topic, oh man, this is crazy. They bring it in, and then it's like, what was the last point I said there? It was
That
I think
to fix the problem with the decline of
that's
population.
it. But it's nothing going to do with them actually doing that already in China, stopping you from actually doing it for so long. Them telling you about AI and saying you should not really populate. They're saying there's too many people on Earth at the moment, which,
I
which is
know.
yeah.
Like, who do you trust, right? Like, what's the truth? Is it overpopulation, or is it no? We don't have population, and that's why we have to do this.
Oh, man,
They haven't. I haven't watched. Actually, I haven't watched the whole video. Um, but isn't that interesting? Like,
yeah.
we've been talking for so many years. Oh, it's the world. We don't need more people, and now they're creating this solution to decline of population.
It's not like it's going to keep count of who comes into the world or they have more control. It's nothing going to do with that. Of course not.
No,
Like, no, they don't want to move it over to all technologies, so they decide
no,
if you have a
no,
kid or how many kids you
no.
have. No way.
Oh no, you're misunderstanding this.
No, it's never
No,
about power or.
it's just to make life easier for you.
Oh, definitely, like yeah, and
I mean,
it's
that's what it is.
people
We
that
don't
that's
want you to suffer. Let us do everything.
uh,
We'll raise your kids, right? In school, you don't need to know what they're learning.
this brings me back from last week as well.
What's
Of
that?
this brings me back from last week's what we were talking about humans are not good enough to actually do anything themselves and look after themselves. No, no, no. Let AI do all the work. Now this is just another form of it. You don't need to have. Imagine the next thing they're going to come out with. You don't need to go through all that pain. As a like now we obviously males don't go through it, but like we like back pain. Get rid of all that back pain and let AI to do all the hard work for you. That's probably the next slogan that's going to
Oh
come out.
man, guarantee.
No back pain, no more.
It is that it's creating a population of weak people
Yeah.
who are nurtured excessively by machines.
Yeah.
That's what it. And in fact, they just wanna replace everything with. And that's what I call now. I don't know if this is a thing now, but I claim that this is my term,
Okay.
mainstream science, which everybody has to adopt, right?
Yeah.
And if you see it like you want what happened with mainstream media, it's like we are telling the truth, and you shouldn't go and listen to anybody else. And whoever is saying the opposite, then we're gonna frame those people as conspiracy theories or far right, because obviously which
Obviously, course.
if we say it, if we don't say it, it's far right. Which is interesting.
Give me another 10 seconds there before you turn it off. Bring the screen back. I want to hear 10 more seconds. Just give me.
Oh man, no, I'm gonna show you actually this here. Hold on.
Oh, you have something else. Oh, even better.
Oh no, it's here, but I know that when I like going back to what we were just talking about.
Oh man.
This. Let me just leave it here. There.
Go on.
Your baby's health from the comfort of your zone. The app also provides you with a high-resolution live view of your baby's development. A special section in the app allows you to watch a time-lapse of your baby's growth and share it directly with your loved ones.
Sweet.
Because babies can recognize language and learn new words while still in the womb, EctoLife growth pods feature internal speakers that play a wide range of words and music to your baby. Through the app, you can choose the playlist that your baby listens to. You can also directly sing to your baby and make them familiar with your voice before birth. Our goal is to provide you with an intelligent offspring that truly reflects your smart choices.
Yeah, that's enough. No, I don't hear more.
No man,
And that all I say about that is
it's disgusting.
oh, man.
I'll stop sharing.
Yeah, stop sharing that. The quality can come back a bit better. But that is absolutely crazy in a sense of what's with the human connection? First of all, the mother's connection to the child is very important. I don't care what technology you're doing, that's not going to be anyways close to the same. Like,
Absolutely, man.
how
Like,
far are testing on them? Like, that's a question. Do you know? Like, I wonder how long have they been testing? Oh, have they been testing on? Obviously, if they got to this far, who have they been testing on? What have they been testing? What have they cloned so far? That's what things I want to
oh
know. They were years ago, like 10 years ago now, I think, they cloned their first sheep.
man, no, that wasn't 10 years ago. That was like 30 years ago.
Was that no, it wasn't. Was it that? No, it couldn't be that. No, it wasn't that long.
Let's see. All right,
Yeah. I
let's
think
find
around
out. You
10
keep.
to 15. I think it was 10 to 15, if I'm not mistaken. And that's what they told us at the time.
No, no, sheep's
So if they
first.
type in first clone sheep, it should come up straight away.
Oh, well, 1996.
96.
See,
Yeah, man.
it was a while ago.
You're right. It's closer. You're right. Yeah. I
And
know.
if it was a sheep, don't you think like they have done that with humans? Like I know they have. I know. Like I don't want to sound like that because I'm gonna be
In the
too
conspiracy.
extremist because I know, but no, I don't really know. But
Taking a wild guess.
yeah, but one of the things that I really think, whatever is made public now, it's being used by some intelligence for a long time.
Yeah.
That's what I truly believe.
A lot of private companies were doing this anyways. They got grants, a boatload of grants from governments that was in their favor. In other words, governments pick who they want to push forward. They don't even know half the stuff that they're doing. They don't like that. That stuff out there, like when you go in to read deep into it, they don't even know half it, or it's
Exactly.
only a certain handful. If they do know, like
Yeah.
it's really low key, and like it's all about the chain of command, and it just drops down from different people. People's always like, "Who's they?" Look up and you find out who they are.
Yeah.
And it's all linked back to what BlackRock and all different kind of companies.
Vanguard and the
Bill
family, the
Gates' company, all of them as
Rothschild.
well. It's all linked. It's all
They're
tested.
all together on the no, yeah, like it's a
And for anyone
generational
listen,
sort of huh?
just anything we say here, this is what our opinions are. But like, check it up
Yeah, I
yourself.
know, like yeah, a lot of people
Yeah,
have the same opinion because now
yeah.
we are more we have more access to this type of information, and in a way, the pandemic was a bless for a lot of people in terms of learning what's really going on.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like for us, right? And we were discussing this not a few days ago. That for us, I don't know why, but I think the entrepreneurship and looking after your body and looking after your health, if has been if that's been your a habit that you have carried for a long time, when somebody says something that opposes what you have learned and what you have shown to your body, that whatever works for you
Mm.
mentally healthy and even spiritually, whatever opposes that, then we have to question. Because if for me it's working, for me my life it's way better doing what we have spoken so many times, health, fitness, and meditation. What I'm gonna question people, and if it doesn't make sense until it makes sense, I'm not gonna proceed because I'm fine. Like I'm healthy enough, I'm fit enough, and I'm not. I don't live a life. I don't live fearful of anything external.
No, I like what
Thank
you said
God.
there. No, I like what you said there. I would say to anyone, question everything. Like, always do your research and question everything, because if they tell you don't question anything, that's the thing you need to be questioning. If they say
But did you?
basically, if you've nothing to hide, like even us, what we say here, we always say it all the time. Look it up, question it. If someone tells you, do not question this is right, like what happened for the last few years with that COVID, you can blank that word out just in case YouTube. But like, but like, it's the same thing, same logic. You want
But
to literally ask questions about everything. Like,
yeah,
that's nuts.
That's not
I'm
like,
not
did you hear?
worried with that.
Did you hear? And that's what I was just going to ask you. Do you hear the woman saying, uh, and this is one of the things that fascinates me about humans, like babies inside of the mother's womb, they can hear stuff on the starting on the 8th week. And I actually Googled that, the heartbeat of the mother, the heartbeat of a mother. You know what the importance of hearing the heartbeat of a mother? You know the importance to have close connection to somebody else's heart, like your mother?
Yeah.
I don't know, and by no means I'm no expert, but what I do believe is in the power of the heart. I mean, if you study something like I don't a book that I would recommend anyone is called Heart Math, and it actually helps you understand what our heart truly is. All the neurons that the heart has, the magnetic field that projects the heart projects, and there's more. I
Energy.
mean, it's very hard for me to articulate how interesting is this, and this is proof. Like, sorry, not proof. This is facts. Like what this book is actually saying. So I would recommend everybody to read that. But going back to that, like your baby being inside of the womb, all the chemicals inside of the mother, and helping the egg, the baby evolve inside of the womb. It's so important. You cannot replace the mother with
No.
machine.
But
And you know what
that.
and that, let me just finish with this. This is taking away more stuff from women, isn't it? Which is what's happening right now.
But if that's the way we should look at it, can't fellas do that now as well? The way they're going with society, they're ignoring biology and going into, and this is another form. And you're right, it's going to be. That means it slowly will. Oh, this is easier. Go this pathway. There's no point having 9 months of headaches. That's the next one.
You just need a nap.
Yeah, like you can do it. Oh, you can play Beethoven, or you can play. Oh no, actually, Otto, the heartbeat is important. I agree. But this new app you can download, it shares the heartbeat.
Actually, this app has the sound of the heart.
Yeah, and you can choose an elephant, you can choose a rhino, you can choose a heart. Anything you want.
You can choose the heart of the most powerful animal in the world.
Yeah, he grows up to be a warrior because it listened to a lion's heart.
Salt. And people, salt. Yes.
Marketing 101.
So,
and with that being said, me and Otto just came up with a new app. We created this for babies, and
that's right. Sign up. It's in development process right now, in the stage of development, but it's gonna come out.
Yeah, you have no choice to get it. I mean, you do have a choice. I mean,
if you want to be powerful,
and a leader. And but on a serious note, like that's the way it's going. But I don't think would that pick up maybe. But I think people have to realize at the end of the day, humans are capable of a lot of stuff. I even think a thing today that the cycle of humans of hardship going into good times and then good times going into soft times. I know a lot of people knows this saying, but I seen a cool video of it and it just showed people. And when it goes into soft times, the soft people then doesn't realize what the hard times went through. And I think AI is it's past good times. It's gone into like people's getting soft and AI is just going up more. And people need to realize to actually like, if it keeps going that way, it's going to be very hard to overcome it.
Yeah.
Like that could be technology getting sucked into it. That could be technology doing everything. Like you could go down so many different pathways there, which I won't go down. But like,
but you know what I heard? You know, I went. It was last week. Last week I went to this seminar of Kevin Ray, right?
Yes.
And he's talking about AI. Now he shares something that maybe for a lot of people was like, yeah, whatever. But for me, it was like, that's true.
What did he say?
Well, he said, like, do you want to know what my AI fantasy? And everybody's laughing. And everybody's just thinking, like about something else. And
we won't mention that, yeah.
Yeah. And, but he says, again, it's gonna be very hard for me to explain what it was. But you know what happened with Bitcoin, for example. This was not his example, but hopefully you will understand it this way, because I actually compare it with that. Bitcoin was created because of how corrupt the bank system is, right? And apparently it was created by these, rebels in this technological world. And he says it just makes sense that in the future, the world has been evolving in polarities, right? Like you have something negative and you have something positive all the time. So he says that his fantasy, and I'm sorry, Kerwin, if you're listening to this and this is not what you said, but this is what I got, and I thought, like, yes, that's it. But what he's saying is that he believes, just like, what was the name of this Australian as well that got caught in the WikiLeaks guy, Assange?
Oh, Julian
Assange.
Assange, yeah.
I think that's how you pronounce it.
I'm going to try to say his second name.
Like he released all these different documents. So imagine in the future, a group of people actually creating some sort of an AI that actually helps people, the people. Like there's going to be people like, techie guys creating something that hopefully will bring more truth to the surface, and to fight fight that corruption, that all these corrupted people from right at the top. And I thought, like, well, that's something that is possible for sure, based on history.
But who's controlling that? And who is bad people? Maybe they want to out some people. There's their competition, so it could be used to something bad as well. So like, let's out this bad guy. But I'm in favor because it benefits me too. It could be spun that way too.
But the point is that whatever worldview they're presenting to you right now, it most likely is not going to happen.
Who? In what way? I'm not sure you mean there.
In like, it is going to be better if you implant a chip in your brain. And whoever doesn't do this is, exactly like what happened with the pandemic. Oh, if you don't get this, and then people are like, you know what? Like, I'm not going to take that, because people have died already or have been affected with that stuff. And it's not curing anyone. So imagine implanting chips in your brain and it's not doing what they're promising, which most likely is going to happen, because this is another thing. People have high expectations of products, right? Just like, for example, Tesla. It's like, these high expectations on Tesla. And you can see a lot of people complaining about these cars right now.
And then when they came out first, there was a lot of things wrong with them. They went up on fire, everything.
And that's my point.
What about AI when they start testing out? Why can't that AI chip in your brain? It might actually put a virus in your brain. It might actually be more controlling over you.
Absolutely. Like, who's going to give you that?
In so many ways, it might take away cancer, it might take away certain illnesses, 100%. Also, it might install keep in your laneway, keep to the 9 to 5.
At the end, that's what they want.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it can be anything. At the end of the day, I always look at it. Why don't they highlight health? I mean, right, like, get outside, take vitamin D, get vitamin D, do exercise, get the endorphins going, because I don't recommend that. Oh, some of them do, but they don't go into that in detail, and there's a reason behind it. Because the better you feel, the more you do. They want you to feel like more shit.
And
why is KFC so cheap? Like, you can go down such a different pathway. Why is junk? Now, we all like occasionally different kind of food like that, but like, why is that so cheap? Why is the good food more expensive? It's funny how there's a connection when they're always on farmers now at the moment. There's a connection there. Why are they trying to get rid of farmers? Certain farmers try to bring into labs. Bill Gates. This is all online if you want to look it up. Why are they coming after saying cattle? Any farmers? There's gas coming out of their farts or mouth burping. They're saying both sides. That's the biggest load of BS. Like, I have a farming background. That's the biggest load of BS. Like you don't want, and they're going around in private jets. So look at the bigger picture. This all kind of connects with what we just watched. It's just another chain of control.
Yeah, control and detaching yourself from who
Reality.
you are, a biological, spiritual being, natural being. And instead of helping all of us to actually evolve in that way, that which is what makes us stronger, they're
Yeah.
trying to replace that solution, which is obviously is going to be the cheapest solution, that solution to something else, that to the machine, to all this techie stuff. And, and most of the people, well, I don't know all of them, but most of the people that I see talking about this AI stuff and tech stuff,
Yeah.
the experts, the ones, the elite, that the elite expert that are pushing this sort of a world filled with technology and AI, which, by the way, I'm all about technology if it helps us overcome certain things. But that idea that AI is gonna replace us is not a it's not a good way to sell you this technology.
Yeah. No, I like that. The thing actually, it was just a podcast I'm listening to now, halfway in. Oh, not halfway, a bit less. It's the new episode of Rogan. Kennedy is on it.
I have to watch it.
JFK's nephew. So I think he could be running for president or
Oh,
rumored.
he's running. Yeah, I think he's running.
And then he talks about vaccines and the truth about it. He breaks a lot of stuff down, like how, and it's all out there. And he has a book about
Look,
it.
I don't believe, I don't trust any politician. But one of the things that I gotta say about this guy,
yeah,
there's a lot of things that he's saying that I actually agree with, and it's interesting that we listen to these people and we're not even there. We live in a different country.
You don't have to like the person either. Like, just listen to what he has to say.
But he looks healthy. He looks like this guy exercises. Have you seen him in his Instagram? The guy's jacked.
Yeah.
Like, have you seen his fucking arms?
I think his voice. How did he lose the voice? I think it was a vaccine side effects, if I'm not mistaken.
No, I don't think it was that. No? I think, well, let's just find out then.
We didn't get onto that yet. But I remember on the podcast before that they said it was a vaccine side effect. Now, I might be wrong, so don't hold me to that.
Yeah, no, let's just fact check that.
Because his voice thing was damaged somehow. If you listen to him, no, you can still understand him like clearly. But knowing we have a sore throat, it's kind of like that.
No, he says, like, the fact is that Kennedy suffers from a rare voice disorder.
Oh, okay. So I heard that wrong.
Spasmodic dysphonia is called, that affects his speaking abilities. Oh, there you go. Was it by a vaccine, though?
And that's what I heard before. It actually was put on the podcast before, so...
Yeah, I'm kidding. I don't know what it was.
Well, yeah, just give that a listen to if anyone. It just shows you. He was just saying about government sciences. They were saying something. He said they were totally wrong because I knew the facts. They were talking about lakes at the time, and they were saying there's no goldfish in these lakes because he cleaned up the rivers in certain areas. And he was like, no, that's wrong. He knew it was completely wrong. And the government was, as usual, lying. And like he's just like, it's very hard to believe the experts out there on and who's paying them. Give it a listen to, because I'm butchering it slightly here. So give that a listen to, and he actually goes in depth about it. But this all connects with what we're talking about. Just do your research on it, and if you step back and you see it, you see what it is and how it's all connecting. You can see different things around the world. Now, you could say they've been doing this for years, which they have been, but I feel like they've been doing a lot more of it, or the technology is just out there now and we're just seeing more of it. I don't know which one, to be honest. Have you any other thoughts before we move on to the next topic?
No, I think that's it. I just wanted to show that to you to see
that was really good,
what your reaction was.
I think that's crazy.
That's mad. Like, that's the Matrix right there. It's like, you know what I mean? And you know what? Like, these things, you start seeing things that is coming up, all this technology that is coming up, and you go back in time and you can find these technologies in movies like the Matrix. Like, that's the Matrix right there.
I love that movie.
There's another one, a very good one. I might have to do an episode like this one where I show you something. And this movie has a scene that I'm gonna show it to you,
Okay,
and
don't
then
say more. I
we're
want to
gonna
see it
talk
now.
about it. Yeah,
Keep it
cool.
secret. I want to see it. I like you
I'll,
show me.
I'll write it down.
Okay, next one. I want to talk about yourself in a sense of, okay, Otto has an Instagram account
Yeah,
because Otto loves talking about himself.
who doesn't?
We're talking about his Instagram account, how he grew it. Did it take long? How much consistency do you have to put in it? Like the videos you create, does it take you 6-7 hours, to get that look left, right, the side view? But all in all, on a serious note, like how you actually got where you are, like you're so close to 100K followers. It was all organic. He didn't run any ads, if I'm not mistaken, through his Instagram account.
I try.
There's nothing wrong with it if he did.
No, there's by the way, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, so you can do.
And I'm sure I'm gonna test. I got some ideas to test. I'm gonna test some ads to see where he takes me.
That's another conversation we have. But
that's another conversation. Yeah.
First question, shoot. I'm going to say, when did you get started with it?
I started 3 years ago. I think it was May. 3 years ago, like in 2020. Yeah. So
of the lockdown. Was that when we met? I think it's around that time.
Right after we met, there was this. Reels was kind of like the new thing.
Yeah.
And people were like dancing, which I never did, of course, and pointing at bubbles.
I did a few pointing, but I didn't bubble. I done like these writing on the side.
Yeah,
hands up. I did that, but I never dance.
So that was the thing, right? And a lot of people grew because of that. I entered when that was kind of like starting, but I learned more about creating carousels in that time. So I actually started like designing my own carousels on Canva, and I was trying to grow my brand with carousels mainly. And there was something Instagram. It's so funny we talk about it like, oh, back in the day, but it was Instagram or IGTV.
Oh yeah,
and you had like this long form sort of videos, and I posted a few. They didn't have good reach though, so I didn't try that much. Anyway, yeah, it was 3 years ago, man.
And that's okay. So 3 years. What was it like your first reels? Were they straight like getting 100,000 views like they are now, 1 million views? Like how many views? So give a bit of understanding of like actually to people listening.
So what is it?
Like with the reels itself,
now or back then?
Just when you started doing reels.
Yeah, when I started, I'm not sure.
Not like carousels, but like recording yourself doing talking or whatever you may be doing. What was the average viewing at that time, and what's the average view now?
Man, I don't know. It was probably under like around the hundreds.
And then what is it now?
Maybe even under. So what happened? What happened? Okay, so basically, first of all, before I talk about virality, I wanna mention that I never got in the game of creating content to create a viral video. Viral video is great; it's a great reward, but it was more about personal brand. I know the importance of personal branding, like having your face in front of a camera, having your face on, for people to see, and then for them to connect your face with the whatever offer you're sharing, and with the content that you're creating, the value that you're providing to a community. That to me is the most important thing. I believe I do things for legacy as well. I want my girls or whoever I know in the future, they see like, fuck, man, like Otto posted 3,000 videos, and and it's not. And another thing, and I'm sharing videos that are in line with my belief and my truth, and what I believe people should do in a specific market. Right now, I started producing content that it was more it was leaning towards marketing and business and entrepreneurship, which is something that I kind of like I'm trying to incorporate with the AI content that I'm creating.
No.
But first of all, yeah, I just wanted to make that clear that
Oh, I know that.
for me it's
I
about
was going to
personal
follow with
brand.
that after in the sense of like, what was your content about? That was my next question. So you can answer my next question now.
Cool,
So, but
cool.
what was the views like first? So, like, I kind of want to get because people love views and want to know what was the starting point and what is it now. Because I just want to show, I want to tell the bigger picture of how actually what it was like at the beginning to now.
Okay, so at the beginning it was look a couple of hundred of views. I gotta say per video. But they bombed. A lot of them bombed. Like they were
And they were
not
good
doing.
ones, may I add. I just want to put in that. Other than some cool style reels, they were quite funny. And some
And
of them actually didn't take off. And I'm like, that's
not at all. Like I always say, like the algorithm must hate me. Maybe it's the thing that maybe I'm watching on, and I don't know if this is a thing or not, but I do believe it is a thing though, especially now that I heard I think he's the CEO of Instagram, and he was talking about the importance of you to connect with like-minded people on Instagram and in consuming content as well that it's related to whatever you're growing. And obviously, I don't watch that type of content because I've been in the industry in the marketing and I like to learn on my own. Like if I'm gonna delve into understanding something that I'm passionate about, I'm not gonna listen to someone on Instagram. I gotta be honest. So so people who are sharing that type of content, AI, for example, um, I will watch some of those videos, but in reality, I will. It's for me. It's more about I'm just like seeing what's grabbing my interest. Like for
Yeah.
example, AI, ChatGPT, Mid Journey. I liked it. Mid Journey as well. ChatGPT. Well, how can I use ChatGPT for businesses, for entrepreneurs, and and that's and that's the way that I consume content now going back to your question, sorry, back then it was a couple of hundreds, and now I could get from over 2000, like 2000 views to, man, well, I mean, I got two, I would say, call it viral videos. The ones that have more views
Yeah.
are, one is 2 million views.
It's crazy when you think of that. And that's the bigger picture. You were finding your way because that's a big jump there from what you were doing. And that kept down to just being consistent. And I loved because you were doing different style reels at the beginning in the sense of like, you now you want to talk about AI straight away. You're just talking about technology in itself and then
I was
marketing.
talking about, yeah,
You
automation
mixed it.
as well.
Yeah. You're
And
finding your way. And that's what I would recommend to anyone. Like, do what you do. Kind of find your actually avenue. And I just want to like, in the sense of what you're doing now with AI, like what have you learned in the sense of, okay, is this your pathway? Are you going to stick on this laneway, or where are
I'm
you
gonna
going?
stick. Yeah, I think because I believe in AI. I believe that just as I was pushing people to adopt social media to have their business on social media, because social media is not gonna go anywhere. Similarly, I believe it's the same with AI. It's like you have to learn about AI right now, and if I would have been back in the 90s, I would have been talking about you have to have a website on your on the internet. You have to have send emails, blah blah blah. You know what I mean? So I believe in these technologies a lot, especially for people who want to build a brand online, a business online. Which, by the way, if you're not on social media, you probably have to be a very good networker in your community.
What do you think the difference is for being on social media and not being on social media? I know you said you had to be a good networker, but
Reach,
what is the advantage? Reach, is it?
reach, absolutely. You find validation for your offer quicker,
Okay.
and with and people, anyone can start really a business from home, from just using their phone.
And would you say for the average business, are we talking about, do they have to be online businesses or can they be like small shops? Can they be like, what are we talking about?
anyone. The thing is that it's more, obviously I understand that not everybody has the time or the passion to create content the way that I do. Not that I'm a super expert in creating content, but I have found my own, let's call it own style. And by own style, it's not like you have to try too hard, really. You just have to get rid of the fear of talking in front of a camera. Because once you're in front of a camera, that's you. I mean, no one is going to replicate that style of you talking in front of a camera unless you're, trying to talk like someone else. But that's my point. And so the reason why my account took off, it was because AI is trendy right now. No different to what was trendy when I started, which was like people dancing and bubbling and, pointing at bubbles. Those people grew rapidly, but I didn't want to, that type of content didn't resonate with myself, even though I can be playful and take the piss, joke. It wasn't part of my personality. I probably tried a couple of things that it might have been too outside of my comfort zone per se, to in like becoming some sort of a clown, but because I love, like I like comedy, I like sense of humor, and I have created content that is humoristic
Quite funny, by the way.
in its own way. I think they were pretty funny, but they didn't
I
take
enjoyed
off.
them. Like 100 views, like this is quality.
But it's interesting because the good thing is that one of the things that also helped me not to stop was that I got great comments from people that I didn't even know. It's like, and I remember this kid from Canada. He used to comment a lot of times on my account saying like, man, like you probably are the most underrated account on Instagram. I can't believe, and he had a bigger account than mine. And he says like, I can't believe you haven't grown as much as you should. And so I'm glad to be in the position that I am right now. As I told you before, I was like, if I feel happy with almost 100,000 people following me? Yeah, it feels great. But I was feeling great when I was on 5,000. You know what I mean? I was like, what? 5,000? This is amazing.
Would I be right to say for any business, like for myself, I think I'm under, I don't know what am I at, 12, 1300? You don't need a massive number to do it quite well. Just want to come across
Not
that. You
at all.
don't have to, you can do quite well. That's 1,000 people, 2,000
Man,
people.
I was closing clients with,
Yeah.
I had like 700 people.
Keep them, yeah.
And I got people reaching out to me to help them out with their business.
Yeah, that's so Otto said it there. Like, don't look into numbers, because like when you're talking about big numbers, which is damn awesome, and of course we all want to go counts, but like you have to be consistent with it. Like for me personally, I laid off on Instagram and went to Facebook. I know where I went wrong. But if you're a business, just connect with people. Don't think of the numbers. Otto didn't do it. He just kept showing up every day.
Even now, like for example, the post that I posted yesterday, maybe it's gonna get me 100 likes.
Yeah.
And by the way, if somebody wants a tip here, what's working, what I understand right now, from my account is that carousels, it takes longer for carousels to reach more people and to get your target market's response. Okay, so sometimes I could post that one that I posted last night. I woke up in the morning and I never check my phone in the morning. I go and meditate first, and then I go and exercise, and then after that I come back home, and that's when I probably grab my phone and check how my Instagram account performs. So I stay away from that. And first it's about my body, my mind, and then after that, how many likes did I get? No,
oh my god!
Oh my god! What happened? So I've been stressed for 2 hours. So. Anyways, like that one in particular was like, I don't know, like 30 likes, that carousel. And I know that probably is going to get me over 100 likes because it takes time.
It's slow.
And I have seen that with my other carousels. Now, carousels, I'm only posting one carousel per week. whether I want to recommend to post more. It's all about testing, guys. It's not about like, oh, yep, post 3 carousels per week plus this many reels per week. No, just test. Reels work for me. It's been working now. I know what type of reel is working. Now, just a tip here. If you want more interaction or more views, for me, what's working is providing information that is practical to my target market. And by that I mean is that, hey, look, I found this cool website that does this. All you have to do is this, and then showing them what that website does. Or ChatGPT. People love to learn new things that are quick and that they can actually apply right away. That's why this ChatGPT, AI, Midjourney, because AI gives you the solution right away.
I love your
People love that stuff.
I love your reels showing actually where it can go. AI can do this or can do that. I love, because I don't think no one's really doing on the AI side of things. They maybe just play something, but you break it down, which I love. A lot of other accounts don't do that, and I mean not like how tos. I mean like this came out this way might lead to. What's your thoughts? I love the breakdowns because like that is the future, or maybe is it? What's going to happen? So
that's
I like
another
it.
thing.
Yeah,
And
they're
those
really
ones,
good.
but those ones don't perform that well. That being said, I love producing that stuff because I believe I have to share my opinion on these things. I don't want to be the guy, uh, from those infomercials on TVs, like, hey, this is the den and the product, and this is the microphone. But look how good it moves, and I don't want to be the review guy. I want to share my opinion, and that's basically why I love this podcast as well, because we get to share our own ideas. Because again, there's a lot going on in the world right now, and I believe all of us, because they want to take our voice away from us, I believe like all of us should be brave enough to share our opinions, so everybody knows that not everybody agrees with what mainstream media and mainstream science is telling you.
Yeah, we looped it around while we talk about press.
Yes.
Very nice. Very nice.
Very nice.
If the last thing is any good nuggets, extra good nuggets you want to highlight?
Yeah. Okay. This. I'll we're talking about AI all the time, and that AI is going to replace you, and it's going to replace copywriters, marketers, and all that sort of stuff. What is not going to replace you, at least for now, and I think for a long time, is you presenting yourself in front of a camera. You talking in front of the camera. Get rid of talking in front of camera and start posting videos on social media so people know who you are. Nobody can replace you. Just as I said a couple of minutes ago, you have your own style. You just have to turn on the camera and feel comfortable, and that's it. AI is not going to replace that. AI is not going to replace your thoughts. AI is not going to replace the fact that humans connect with something that looks similar to them.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
Like, I agree. If I'm not going to connect with David AI, who doesn't understand who doesn't feel the emotions when somebody goes to the gym and is progressing in his fitness, or sharing ideas based on his life experience because he's coming from Ireland. AI is not going to replace that. That story is not going to be replaced by AI. And by the way, a lot of people talk, for example, maybe this is similar to what I'm talking right now. AI is going to replace artists. It's not going to replace artists. I mean, a lot of people, Drake, have you listened to Drake's song? It's like, yeah, but it's not Drake. One of the things that I by the way, I create music myself, but one of the things that I have realized is that the musicians that I follow is because and I follow and I respect is because I know more about their own personal story, and not necessarily about the music that they're creating. It's about them, and because I feel that connection of the human story, and there's a mix between that and the good music. Then that that makes that connection stronger with the music. But it's not only about the music. And I'm sure like everybody will think the same if you start thinking about your favorite artist or musician.
No, I like that.
You know more about that person than just the song.
Yeah, it's the human connection, and I always say, and always human connection always wins. That's when you're having a conversation.
Absolutely, man.
You know you're talking just a bot. You know you're talking to AI. It doesn't matter how advanced it is. You will know after a certain length of time.
Yeah.
Moving on to the last one because I have to cut off this short soon. So
Yeah.
I want to get to the last topic. Otto's going to show me something.
Yeah. So I want to show you guys. Let's
something
see.
Interesting.
Hopefully I will find the page.
I'll do more research in this podcast.
All right, so it's a website that I found recently. Probably you guys know about it. It's called durable.co, and I'm gonna share here.
Durable.co. What intrigued me? What is it about?
So you know, like everybody should have a website, right?
Yeah.
And I think this is
landing pages or websites in general, or both.
Websites.
I'll put you on the spot.
So there you go. So you know, like those Wix websites that So I think this is going to be a good competition for Wix, and I say for
3 seconds. Okay,
that's right. Okay, so let me just read this because I thought you were asking me a question and you're reading. So build a website in 30 seconds with AI. So let's just try it out live. All right.
Okay.
Generate your website. So
what's the name of this website again? Just
Durable. DURABLE.co. Durable. All right. So what type of business are you building? What do you want to do?
Let's say coaching business.
I think
I'm going to make it hard. No, I'm going to make it interesting. You asked me questions.
Coaching.
Yes.
Coaching. Okay, coaching. And then next.
What's the name of your business? Auto shop.
Automated shop.
Automania.
Automated.
Hulkamania. It's Automania.
Okay, Automania. I'm sure like that's a real business.
I hope that name's taken.
I'm sure it is. Yeah.
So what does it build? So are we building does it build the outback of it? Like the settings? For me, person who builds websites.
Listen to AI. What is it?
For a person who builds websites, when you're good at it, doesn't take too long. But to know the ins and outs of it, it takes some time. So I'm guessing if this does everything for you, your site is ready. Okay. Your website is ready for anyone listening. It took less than 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Now, do you design it from there? Or do
you want to click on it?
Yes, click on it.
Boom.
But what is about unlock your potential with coaching? Okay. And it shows a picture of two women in the background, a link to it. I can read it right inside it. Some experience.
Yeah, transform your life with expert guidance from our experienced coaches. Discover your true potential today. Learn more. Leadership coaching, and you can put your whatever image you want there. About us. So it's a one page website or service. Like this does the job for a lot of people. Huh?
Yeah. It gives the outline of what you need.
Man, this is great. Imagine obviously the AI generated this stuff. You can go on ChatGPT and create your own.
Come up with it yourself. Don't forget about the human touch.
Never. And if you don't like, for example, you don't like that, let's see, generate another image, and you can just click that button.
Can you give extra details what you want?
Well, here's the thing. You can customize that.
Oh.
So there's an option for customizing.
Oh, you
customization.
pay.
And but obviously you have to sign up and all that sort of stuff. And yes,
Ah,
there's a free option, and there's the paid option where you can add your own
that's cool.
website domain. Yeah, I think this is a great competition for Wix. In fact, I
And
think this
Shopify as
is
well.
the Wix killer.
That's no Shopify as well.
No, I don't. I wouldn't use this for e-commerce. I would
No
use this more for someone like
websites.
like a coaching,
Yeah.
web, like exactly that, an accountant, like those type of services where you can have like information about your snappy information about your business, and that's it.
What would you say? God, I put one to you. Do you know how sometimes you go to the websites and they already have ones done out for you to just templates? So what's the difference from a template to this?
What is the difference?
In a sense of like, no, I remember setting up websites and there was templates there I could use and everything was set up. So what's the difference to from this AI to like a normal template that
I
has
think that the one that you're talking about is more manual labor.
yes, but I suppose I don't know what extra this does in the background.
Yeah,
But
yeah. Look,
that's the only thing. But this is cool regardless
I
because
might
if you
have to
can put in
try it
every
out.
detail, if you can put in every detail to that, like name, what's about, who you are, why you selling, how you selling it, your thoughts, like that could generate something really cool copy.
And not only that, David, I gotta point out that a lot of people like to put blockages, mental obstacles for themselves
Yeah, that's
for
true.
not doing something. I'll give you an example. Let's think you're 20 years old, you don't know how to build a website, and you go like, I have to go out and network, but I don't have a website. And then you never get around, I never get the time to build your own website or connect with someone who will be able to. Man, you have something that you're gonna push a button, you're gonna have something, so you can go tomorrow to the next personal training event where you're going to talk with other people, like-minded people, and you say like, look, I have a website here, you just share it with them, and you just did that in seconds. So this is another great way for you to stop complaining that you don't have the time to do stuff.
And I like that. And if you want to sell websites maybe to the older generation that doesn't know how to do technology, like create a website, and if they are like accountants or if they're something that's like they don't know time for and is a business, you could actually use that platform, save yourself a boatload of time. I know you could technically hire someone to do it and pay them a certain amount to make profit on top. But if AI, if this website example was decent enough, you could save a boatload of money and make more money
And
for you.
actually, there's a by the way, now that you're talking about that, there's an option here that it is you have to connect with them so you can have your own kind of like platform where you're gonna be offering this as a freelancer per se.
Oh, handy. That's what I mean. Like there's a world out there that you can make so much money and save so much time. You just have to
Yeah,
do the research and put the skills into it. I'm telling you guys, that's actually pretty cool. I like that.
cool. I'm glad
Thanks for
you.
sharing.
Yeah, I'm glad you like it.
Thank you for sharing. Now
No
I
worries.
talked last week about I was going to talk aliens on this one. I haven't forgot. That will hopefully be next week. I wasn't as prepared for this podcast this week. It's been a busy one. So I want to talk about aliens. That's
Cool.
a must. What's
We'll
the
talk
craziness
about
going
that.
on? But I enjoy this podcast and the craziness yet again. What's going on in the world with the technology? And I just want to kind of clarify. Like we talk a lot about AI because there's a lot of talk about it now, and we enjoy talking about it. But we want to cover different topics, so it's not always just going to be AI. AI.
Yeah,
We try to host different stuff, but we kind of want to give you in general what's going on in the news or in the world that's not been on the news or certain topics that they don't really want you to talk about. Like that's why we talk about a lot of fitness, we talk about a lot of technology, we talk. I think we cover a lot of stuff in that
yeah,
sense,
I
and
think so.
it
I
all
mean,
relates.
yeah, but again, going back to those three pillars that we were talking about.
Yeah,
So yeah, it's a nice breakdown.
yeah, I like that, and I like. That's why I enjoy this podcast with you because we talk about so many different random things as we grow,
Yeah, I'm
and
glad that we're incorporating that sort of
yeah,
topics.
because I think entrepreneurship, we all have different interests. We kind of want to talk about the growth as your business, as personal, and then just knowledge base. You should always ask questions and just know your stuff in the background.
Yeah, and by the way, like if anybody
That's
has
one.
more questions regarding entrepreneurship, then just ask us.
Yeah, we're open
Marketing
to it.
and
Yeah. Like Otto has a good lot of background in marketing. I do too. Otto's freaking what his reels, look at knowledge there base. Like we've boatload of knowledge between both of us in selling services, helping clients, and so on. So, like, if you have any questions in that area, don't hesitate and ask as well.
that's right.
Now, my friend, there was a good topic today. That's my high pitch Irish accent.
Yeah.
Do you want to say it off?
No, that's it, man. That's it. Let's just cut this, and I'll see you next week.
Yes. Thanks for listening or watching, and stay tuned.